Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So wala ko nanigin PowerPoint but not everything we're going to read here. Akon lang siyang i-summarize. And then pagkatapos, just please take note after which ang file nga ni, I will be sending it sa inyo. I-send ko sa inyo para mas mabasa ninyo. Okay? So, okay, let's start then. Guys, ang pinakauna gid no or ang isa sa pinaka product nga ginabaligya sa isa ka travel agency is plane ticket. So before we start or before kita for example ining mag discuss further kung ano ang plane ticket, i-define anay naton, okay? We are going to define first kung ano ang plane ticket, right? Or sometimes in other words, ano ang airfare, okay? So, ano diri ang definition ng airfare, okay? So, if you are going to look at here, airfare is a price a passengers pay in order to travel by fare. So, amo ni to travel by air. So, pliti. Pliti sa eroplano. Okay? Now, ang iban sa inyo nakasakay na sang airplane, ang iban wala pa nakasakay sang airplane, but the thing is, you need to have a plane ticket bago ka mo makasakay sang eroplano. So kung wala ka mo plane ticket, syempre hindi ka mo kasakay. Pareho man na sa bus, no? Kung wala ka mo bus ticket or sa barko wala ka mo ship ticket, hindi man ka mo makasakay sang eroplano. Now, by definition, ginapamangkot kita, what is an airfare? So, you don't always know what you are going to get when you purchase an airline ticket. Nga, or why is it that every person on a flight may have paid a different price to fly? Okay, now, ang pliti sa jeepya, tanan nga tawo, ang ilabayad, tagpulo ka piso. Same lang gid sa tanan. Pero, kung magsakay kaya eroplano, there is a possibility nga ang inyo pliti lain-lain pero pareho lang ang inyo biyahe. Ang inyo biyahe, let's say for example, Iloilo to Manila, pero ang una, yung nga nakabakal sang ticket promo fare, nakabakal siya tag 500 pesos lang. May ara naman niya nakabakal economy tag 700. May ara premium economy 1,500. Or may ara business class naman niya tag 3,000. Tanan ka mo masakay sa Iloilo Airport, maabot sa Manila, pero lain-lain ang plite. Now, that is the beauty sa isa ka airline ticket. Lain-lain. Depende kung saan o ikaw nagbakal sang imo nga plane ticket. Naintindihan wala?
Shindian, sir.
Okay, now, ang pinaka-secret dire kung paano magpresyo ang isa ka airline is what? Kung dugay pa kag nagbakal ka na sang imo plane ticket, mas barato. Pero kung lapit na lang ang imo flying date ang nagbakal ka plane ticket, mas mahal. Naintindihan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good ha. Please take note ha. Wala na ako nag-ubra sang PowerPoint but you have to read this. Okay, so kung dugay pa ang imo, for example, ano subong October 26, mabakal ikaw plane ticket para February 14 next year Valentine, most likely ang imo ticket barato pa. Hindi pa tamaan ka mahal. May mga promo fare pa. As compared sa mabakal ikaw sang plane ticket, ang lupad mo February 14, pero ang imo na yung nagbakal plane ticket mo February 10. So, 3 days before your flight nagbakal ka, most likely it will be very expensive na. Okay? Sige. Now, fares are often based on one-way or round trip. So, kung magbakal ka sang plane ticket, may ara kita nga duwa permit. Okay? Either mabakal ikaw sang round trip or mabakal ikaw sang one way. Okay. Now, we have discussed previously kung ano ang meaning sang one way kag sang round trip. Okay? So I'm sure balaan nyo na kung ano ang meaning sina. One way, pakadto lang gid. Round trip, pakadto papuli. Okay? Now, fares may be published. Okay? Fares may be published, unpublished, and or negotiated fares. Okay, so ano ini ang mga negotiated fares? Mga negotiated fares, amo ini ang mga pliti nga gina-offer sa mga big corporation, mga big company or government agency at a lower rate. So ang ginatawag naton nga negotiated fares, mga discounted ini nga airline tickets. When we say discounted airline tickets, may ara sila yasang separate nga pliti. Nga kun ang amuna nga company or ang amuna nga government agency ang mabakal sang plane ticket, they will be given a less rate or a lower rate as compared sa iban nga tawo. Intindihan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now, between published versus unpublished fare. Okay, now, ano ang meaning sang published fare? Okay, ang published fare is one that is available for purchase by anyone, meaning bisan sino pwede ka bakal. You could call the airline or check the prices online sa website sang airline, sang isa ka airline company, and published fares will be immediately available for purchase. Okay. Now, an example sang isa ka published fare, let me give you. I am checking currently the website of Philippine Airlines. Now, I am going to do a one-way flight halin sa Iloilo, pakadto sa Manila. Let's say, for example, subong October 26, no, I am going to go to Manila on October 28, 2 days from now. Lantawon ta kung pila ang pliti. Okay, so let's check if how much is the fare that Philippine Airlines is going to give us because 2 days na lang malupad na ko. October 26 ko nag-inquire pero October 28 ang ako niya flight. And what you are seeing right now sa screen, see, lantawa ang pliti. Lantawa ang, makita nyo ang screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look at the fare for October 28, 7,506. Dayon, pagka October 29, 3,250 naman. Naglain naman ang iyang pliti, right? Nagalain-lain siya. Dayon, pagka October 31, nag 1,906. So, amo ni ang ginamin ko nga samtang madugay pa ang flight nga nagbakal ka na sang plane ticket, mas barato. And all these fares, everything nga fares nga makita ninyo dire, this is what we call the published fare. Meaning sang published fare, bisan sino pwede makabakal sang amo sina nga plane ticket. Matawag ka sa ila call center, pwede. Matawag ikaw sa, ma-check ikaw sa website, pwede man. And it's immediately available for purchase. Naintindihan? Wala.
Yan, sir.
Okay, clear ha? Clear ha? Okay, if you have any question, let me know. Now, sir, ang tanan namon nga makita sa online sang nga website sang Philippine Airlines Cebu Pacific, tanan ina, sir, publish fare? Yes, publish fare ina tanan, meaning na-publish na nila, meaning available siya readily to anyone. Okay. Sir, ano naman niya ang unpublished fares? Okay? Ano naman niya ang unpublished fares? So, unpublished fares are at entirely different beast. They may be set at a consolidator purchase and can be offered at highly discounted rate. Now, ang unpublished fares naman niya pliti, amo ni ang pliti nga hindi available sa tanan. Amo ni ang ginatawag natin sometimes nga promo fare. Okay? Promo fare. Amo na akong kis, mamangkot sila, hala, nagpa-promo si Cebu Pacific, nagpa-promo si Philippine Airlines, tinga aman nga hindi man ko makakuha. It is because limited seats ang ila nga baligya. Okay? Hindi tanan bala. So for example, sa Iloilo to Manila nga eroplano, may 180 ka seats nga available. Maybe pulo lang da ang ibaligya nila tagpiso. The rest, published fare na. Or the rest, regular rate na. Hindi na ya discounted rate. So, nakapapromo man sila Japon. Wala man sila yung naghambal nga mapapromo sila damo-damo nga seat mo. Basta nakapapromo sila. Since nagpapromo na sila, kag ang pulo ka seats nga tag 10 pesos na baligya na, then that's it. Tapos na. Okay? Naintindihan? Clear hindi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. Continue ha. Now, the fare rules could literally contain anything from absolutely no changes allowed to free changes as long as availability exists. They may or may not allow for advanced seat selection or the accumulation of frequent flyers. And if you called an airline looking for the rules to an unpublished fare, you would be out of luck. They are not offered for sale by the airline online or over the phone with the airline. Okay, so ano ang difference sang published kag unpublished fare? So what is the difference between published and unpublished fare? Now, ang pinaka inyo lang gidiri intindihon amo ni. Ang published fare is a fare nga pwede mabakal ni sinuman. Pwede and available to anyone. Whereas the unpublished fare is not available to anyone, or sometimes this is what we call the promo fare. Tag hindi tanan nga client, hindi tanan nga passenger may access sa unpublished fare. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Sige. Now, ang booking class, I am not going to discuss this one. The ABCs of airfare, I'm not going to discuss this one. Pero may ara kita sang ginatawag pa nga type sa mga published fares naton, no? Sige, so I am going to discuss the published fare after sining aton nga language of air travel define. Sir nga akinahanglan naton ini discuss because as we go along with the airline naton nga discussion, I will be using a lot sang mga terms. And it is important nga mabalaan ninyo kung ano ang meaning sa mga terms nga ina. Okay? So let me continue. Okay. Now, number 1 is the actual flying time. Okay? So what is the actual flying time? It is defined as the actual time that an aircraft is in the air. Does not include time on the ground waiting in line for takeoff, for example. Meaning, ang actual flying time is kung pilagid ya ka oras ang ginlupad sang airline the moment nga nag-take off siya and the moment nga nag-landing siya. Okay? So, sometimes no, masakay ka eroplano, Iloilo to Manila, hambalo nila. Ay, na-delay amon flight, no, mga 3 hours gid. So, hindi na siya ang actual flying time. Ang actual flying time naton, nga ginahambal is ano? Kung ano lang gid ang time nga ginlupad sang eroplano. So, usually, ang actual flying time lang gid sang Iloilo to Manila, if I'm not mistaken, ara ba lang nagalupad na ang eroplano? If I'm not mistaken, I think it is around 45 to 50 minutes. Okay? Around 45 to 50 minutes. Naintindihan ang actual flying time or may question ka mo dire?
Intindihan, sir.
Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Sige. Next one is the minimum and maximum. Okay. Now, minimum and maximum is the abbreviated form for minimum or maximum stays. It refers to the minimum and maximum times allowed for a travel and a ticket. So ano ini? If you purchase a ticket, may ara sang minimum days nga pila mo kaadlaw pwede magamit kag may maximum. Usually may amo sini nga example sang ticket. Minimum 3 days, maximum 7 days. So meaning, pwede ikaw makastay sa ina nga destination for 3 days, pero on the 7th day, dapat maglupad ka na papuli. Otherwise, kung hindi ka maglupad papuli, ang imo nga ticket will be null and void. Meaning, sang null and void, ang imo nga ticket is magiging ano na siya, invalid na, hindi mo na magamit. Okay? So, I will give you later on sang example. Kinahanglan ko lang mag-search online kung ano ang example sang minimum and maximum. Inang ticket nga may nakasulat nga minimum or maximum stay. Okay? Naintindihan? Naintindihan? Clear na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ginapili ko lang di ang mga kwanha, ginapili ko lang ang mga importante lang ged. Another one is the bumping. Okay? Another one is the bumping. Ano ang meaning sang bumping? So, bumping, passengers that are denied a seat on the flight they originally booked on due to a flight being oversold, they will be bumped to another flight. Now, ang meaning sang bumping amo ni, may ticket ikaw nga confirmed, meaning dapat masakay ka gid sa amon ang eroplano going to Iloilo alas 4. Pero suddenly na bump off ikaw, meaning sang bump off, wala ka nakasakay, wala ka ginpasakay. Okay? Now, kung wala ka ginpasakay, pwede nga ang reason is na overbook ang flight. When you say overbook ang flight, ang number of seats nga ginbaligya as compared sa actual number of seats ng airline hindi match, sobra. And ang tanan niya passenger nag-show off sa airport. Let's say for example, ang capacity sang airline is 180. May 180 ka bangko. Ang ginbaligya sang airline, ang ginbaligya sang eroplano nga ticket is 185. During the flight sa airport, nag-show off, nagpakita gidya, nag-check-in ang 185 kabilog. So meaning, may 5 nga may wala pulungkuan. Hindi man niya pwede magtindog sa eroplano. 'Di ba? Tanan na iya dapat gapungko. Hindi na niya pareho sa jeep nga may pulungkuan sa tunga or makabit ka lang. So ang 5 na bump off sila. So paano na nila pilion sino ang mapili? Usually sometimes bago na sila mag-bump off, nag-offer na sila sang compensation. Okay, sobra ang ladies and gentlemen, sobra kami sang 5 sa seats namon. Kinahanglan namon 5 ka volunteer nga hindi magsakay sa amon nga flight kag baylo sinigaan namon sila round trip ticket to any destination plus 3,000 pesos plus hotel accommodation. Ang inyong flight will be tomorrow. So kung may nagkagat, ay ako ma-volunteer. Once may nag-volunteer, then okay na. Intindihan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, kung wala naman sang may nag-volunteer, what are they going to do? Ano ang ilang obrahon? They are going to check the profile of the passengers. Usually, nag-bump off sila, ginabase nila sa pinakabarato nga ticket. Usually. So, ang airline, ang eroplano, mapili na dayon sila kung sino ang 5 nga ila ibilin. Pero hindi lang man nila pag ibilin niya, okay, bilin ka da, hindi na pwede. Hindi. You cannot be bumped off or you cannot be transferred to another flight unless may compensation or may bayad nga ihatag sa imo. Okay? So, kung ginbaton mo ang bayad or ginbaton mo ang compensation, then that would mean nga okay ka na. Then that would mean nagsugot ikaw nga magsaylo ikaw sa another flight nga available. Okay? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next one, I'll go to base fare. Okay? So what is base fare? So base fare is the price of the ticket before any taxes have been added. Diri kita permi nagaproblema. Nagpa-promo si Cebu Pacific piso fare, 1 peso ang ticket, pero pagbakal ko sang ticket 999 pesos. Hala, scam! Nga ang tag 999 kay piso malang, yes. Ang pliti piso. Pero damo taxes nga ginadugang, amo na nakalabot 999 pesos. Wala iya sang tuod-tuod nga piso lang. Ang piso, pliti ina. Pero every time magsakay ka sang eroplano, you are paying taxes. Nagabayad ka gidya sang taxes. And the taxes, it is being added. Okay? It is being added, gina-add ina sa inyo balayran. That is why, nga wala iya sang tuod nga tagpiso nga ticket. Although, tuod nga piso ang pliti, pero ang imo ya bayaran, hindi lang niya piso because you have to pay for taxes. Okay? I think that's clear. Ginaskip ko lang ang iban nga mga hindi man gid importante. Okay, ang carry-on luggages. Carry-on is the luggage. Sorry. Okay, so ang carry-on luggages, amo naman ini ang ginatawag naton nga hand carry. Okay? I think sino na ganing isa naton kalalaki nga ang nakapa-Singapore, nalipat ko sang name si Mr. Quebral, si Joaquim. Okay? So familiar na ni siya sang ginatawag naton nga carry-on luggage or ang hand carry naton. Sige. Let's continue. After which, ang aton nga circle trip definition. A circle trip definition is a trip that involves more than one destination. Okay. An example would be London to Milan, Milan to Frankfurt, and then return to London, with Milan and Frankfurt both being destination. So meaning sang circle trip definition or sang circle trip naton, damo ikaw sang destination nga ginkadtuan. Okay? Hindi lang isa kundi damo. So we have discussed this one also before. Discussed also before. So amo na destinations, multiple destinations. Okay? Multiple destinations. Okay. Question on this one? Any question on this one?
None, sir.
Okay, now, commercial airline. Ang commercial airline, on the other hand, is an airline that transports passenger. Di ba may ara? Kita cargo. Kung cargo naman niya, dito cargo airline, no? Or cargo flight ang panawag. Kung commercial airline naman niya, ang ila ginabiyahe, pasahero, passengers. So, there is a Philippines. Ang aton commercial airlines are the following. May ara kita Philippine Airlines, we have Cebu Pacific, we have AirAsia. So these are some of our commercial airlines. Okay? Now, code share. What is the meaning of code share? So code share is an agreement between airlines to sell space on each other's flight. For example, when you say code share nga flight, si Philippine Airlines pwede magbaligya sang ticket ni Cebu Pacific. Si Cebu Pacific pwede magbaligya sang ticket ni Philippine Airlines. Okay? So meaning, ginaalaw ina sa industry nga kung for example wala nagalupad ang amo na nga airline sa isa ka destination, pwede nga magbaligya siya sang ticket sang iban nga eroplano who is going to that destination. Is that clear? Naintindihan, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Sige, continue ha. Now, the flights will have the operating carrier's flight number, pero ang nagbaligya isang ticket is ang lain nga eroplano. Okay. We will discuss more on the code share later on. Okay. Now, cockpit. Cockpit, on the other hand, is the compartment at the front of the plane containing all of the devices required to fly an aircraft. So, ang cockpit, amo ini kung diin nagapungko ang pilot, ang co-pilot, diin ang tanan nga devices para nga mapalupad ang eroplano, and hindi allowed ang passenger to visit the cockpit. Okay? Hindi allowed ang passenger to visit the cockpit. That is only exclusive para lang sa pilot and then sa flight attendant. Okay? Naintindihan, guys, ha? Daw clear man tanan, no? Okay, sige. Now, ang call sign. Call sign is the title used to identify an aircraft for communication purposes. An example would be Air Canada 856, a flight from Toronto to London. Now, ang call sign, sometimes amuni ang ginatawag naton nga flight number. Okay? Let me give you an example sang flight number sang Philippine Airlines. So, let's say for example, one way, kita ang screen, guys.
Sir.
Okay, one way, no? Ma-search ako one way, flight from Iloilo to Manila on October 29. So that's one way flight from Iloilo to Manila on October 29. Now, this is the call sign or the flight number. Ang flight nga nagahalin 10:10, nagaabot 11:30 sa Manila, Ang call sign niya is PR2142, meaning that is the flight number. Philippine Airlines, PR2142. Now, ano ang flight details if you're going to check here? That's Iloilo to Manila. Nagahalin siya 10:10 in the morning, arriving 11:30 in the morning. Philippine Airlines, PR2142, an Airbus A321. This is the sample of the airline. Kung ano nga eroplano ang ginagamit for this flight. Okay? So I hope that's clear to all. Now, connection. Connection is the additional flights required to get from the airport of origin to the final arrival airport. Now, I'm sure kabati na kamo sining ginatawag naton nga connecting flight. Ina ba lang from Philippines to US, hindi ka magdiretso lupad sa New York. So for example, si Sir, kung magkadto ako sa US, wala ako nagalupad diretso from Philippines to New York because that's very tiring. That's 16 hours nga flight. So ang ginaobra ko, nagakuha ako sang connection flight or ang ginatawag naton nga connecting flight. Okay? So when we say connecting flight, na-discuss ko ni last time sa inyong lesson, when we say connecting a flight, ang ako niya ginaobra is what? So malupad ako from Manila to Korea. And then mapahuway sa Korea mga 3 ka oras. And then from Korea, malupad naman ako from Korea to New York. So, diin ang akong stopover sa Korea. So, ang akong stopover sa Korea, and then that's what we called what? That's what we called inang connecting flight or ang connection. Okay? Now, ang direct flight on the other hand naman, nagahapit ka man Japon, no? Nagahapit ka man Japon sa airport, a flight that stops at another airport pero wala na sila nagapanaog para magbaylos ang eroplano. So usually, kung direct flight, ano ang ginaubra sang airplane? Naga-refuel lang, nagatughong lang gasolina, and then pagkatapos lupad naman liwat. Okay? Lupad naman liwat. So, pero ang passenger ya, wala na yan nagapanaog or wala na nagabaylo eroplano. Whereas, ang connecting flight ya, manaog kagid sa eroplano and then you have to change plane. Meaning, mabaylo kagid sa eroplano. So you are going to leave the airplane, carry your bags, and then you are going to change plane again. Is that clear, everyone? Na clear ang definition sang connection kay sang direct flight? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next one is the double booking. Okay? Double booking is the booking of 2 or more reservations when only one will be used. Doing this can lead to all reservations involved being canceled. Now, nagpabook ikaw sa isa ka travel agency and then nagpabook naman ikaw sa isa ka travel agency. Same flight details, same pangalan, etc. So, ginbook ikaw ni travel agency A, ginbook ka man ni travel agency B. Sang nakita sang eroplano, hala nga, aduwag ni iya booking. Let's cancel it because hindi natin balaan kung diin-diri ang iyakwaon. So there is a possibility. There is a possibility na pwede ma-cancel ang imo nga flight if you do a double booking. Now, ETA, very common na ginagamit sa travel agency kag sa airline industry. Ano ang ETA sang eroplano? Meaning, ano ang estimated time of arrival? Meaning sa estimated time of arrival, inang ginahambal balang estimate manug-abot ang eroplano diri. Okay, so for example, ano ang ETA sa eroplano ta subong? ETA 11:20, meaning around 11:20 manug-abot guro Okay? So hindi pa na siya ang actual time of arrival. May ara kita sang ETA, amo ni ang ETA ang Echo Tango Alpha, estimated time of arrival. Kag may ara naman kita yasang ginatawag nga ATA, Alpha Tango Alpha, actual time of arrival. Example, ang flight subong halin sa Manila, ETA, ang estimated time of arrival is 12:15. So, amo na yang imo sa mind. 12:15, ETA mo na. So, meaning, you are waiting na mag-abot 12:15. Okay? 12:15 sang lunchtime. Pero, ang iyang ATA, ang actual time of arrival niya, nag-abot siya ang eroplano 12:10. So, nag-abot ang eroplano 5 minutes earlier than scheduled nga ETA which is 12:15. So, ang iya nga ETA, ang estimated time of arrival niya is 12:15, pero ang iya ATA or the actual time of arrival is what? Ang ATA niya is 12:10. Intindihan, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ang iban ara pa? Can you please say yes if ara pa kamo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Next one is the e-ticket nato, no? So e-ticket, also known as electronic ticket or ticketless travel. So ano ang ginatawag nato nga e-ticket? So e-ticket, not physically printed on ticket stock and instead stored in the computer reservation system of an airline. Subong, e-ticket na tanan ang ginagamit. Wala na kita sang ginagamit nga physical ticket. That is why when you check in for the flight, ang ginaubra na lang is gapakita ka na lang ID. Kay once ipakita mo ang ID, makita na nila ang reservation. Okay? No need na ya sang plane ticket pa yang paper copy. ID mo lang, they are going to see na sang imo nga reservation. Okay. Excess baggage. Now, when we say excess baggage naman, excess baggage is the luggage that exceeds the airline's allowable limit for weight or number of pieces. Passengers are usually charged extra for excess baggage if excess baggage is permitted at all. Now, usually, pag nag-check-in ikaw sang imo nga bag, may allowed number of kilos for check-in ka lang. For example, si Philippine Airlines, you are allowed to check in up to 20 kilos. Ang gin-check-in mo, 25 kilos. So, ang excess baggage mo, 5 kilos. Now, before ikaw i-allow sang airline nga i-check-in mo ang imo 25 kilos, you will have to pay first. Kinahanglan mo bayaran ang excess mo nga 5 kilo. And mahal ang excess baggage. Amo na, it is advisable nga before ka mo magkadto sa airport, better gid nga kiluhon nyo na nga daan inyo bagahe para hindi ka mo mag-excess or magsobra. Okay? Naintindihan, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Next one, itinerary. A list of flight that a passenger is scheduled to take. Naintindihan man eh. Okay, jet lag. Jet lag, balaan nyo man eh, no? The tired, often disorienting way of passenger feels after traveling to many time zones in a short amount of time. Now, jet lag, amo ni. For example, kung magpa-Amerika ikaw, mga 10 days, maika-experience na jet lag. Because ang gabi sa Amerika, aga sa Philippines, kung gabi sa Amerika, bugtaw ka man. Nga because ang imo yung body clock, bugtaw because aga sa Philippines. That is why, kung nag-travel ka mo, it is important to manage jet lag. Otherwise, mabudlay maka-adjust. Ikaw ya ginatinuyo, ikaw sa aga. Nga ang tanan niya nagalagaw, ikaw yung matulog lang because na jet lag ka. So, diri lang kuya sa hotel, kamo lang lagaw kay natuyo. Kuti nga nagbiyahe ka pa kung matinulog ka malang. And then pagkagabi, tulog tanan, dira ka pala niya mamahaw ma-breakfast. Because ang ginhalinan mo yung country, agaya. That is why you are experiencing jet lag. Okay? Clear ini, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear ha? Please take note sa mga ginapang-highlight ko ha because this will be in your exam sa midterm. Okay. Now, layover. Layover is usually an overnight stop during the flight portion of a trip involving a change of airplanes or another form of transportation. So, ang layover naton, amo to kagina ang ginahambal ko. Nga kung magpa-Amerika ako, mahapit ko anay somewhere, and then pagkatapos, madiretso na naman ako sa akong destination. So, for example, nagpa-Manila ako, nagmapa-US ako, so ang akong ginobra, Manila to Korea, nag-layover ko sa Korea, and then pagkatapos, from Korea, nagdiretso ko sa New York. So layover, ang ako niya nga layover is in Korea. Published fare, a fare that is available for purchase to anyone. Na-discuss ko kagina at the start of our class. And then pagkatapos ang low season, this is the time of year when prices of tickets decline because it is a less popular time of year to travel, or ang ginatawag natin sometimes nga off-peak season. When we say off-peak season, amo ini ang season nga wala masyado may gabiyahe. So meaning, kung wala sang may masyado nagabiyahe, anong gakatabo? Nagabarato ang ticket because ang demand is very low, ang supply is very high, so ang imo nga price will go down. Nga mag-go down para nga mabaligya ang ticket bisan barato na lang kesa sa wala na gid. Okay? Clear? Clear sa low season?
Yes, sir.
Okay, continue. Okay, non-stop flight, a flight that does not stop at another airport before reaching its point of arrival. Ang non-stop flight naman niya, paglupad, halin sa isa ka destination, dire-diretso sa iya nga airport of arrival. Si Philippine Airlines may amo nga flight, non-stop flight. Paglupad halin sa naiya sa Manila, dire-diretso sa New York, 16 hours flight. Wala untat. 16 hours in the air. Wala sang hapitan nga iban. Okay? Non-transferable ticket or non-transferable, the only person who can use the ticket is the one who has her or her name on the ticket. Hindi pwede nga ang ticket ni Sir MJ gamito ni Joaquim. Hindi pwede nga ang ticket ni Joaquim gamito ni Trisha. No, that's not allowed. When you say non-transferable, ang ticket can only be used by the person nga nakapangalan dira sa ticket. Okay? Next one, no-show. Okay? Ang no-show passenger is may ara siya sang ticket ni ginbook, may available seat para sa iya, pero wala siya nag-show up sa airport. Okay? Since wala siya nag-show up sa airport, ginatag siya as no-show passenger. Okay. Amo ni kagina ang term ko no, overbook. When an airline takes more reservations for a flight than it has seats on an aircraft. Amo ni ang akon kagina nga example nga gin-overbook ni airline ang iya nga pagbaligya sang ticket because 180 seats ang allowed pero ang iya ginbaligya nga ticket 185. So may overbooking nga natabo. And then kung may overbooking nga natabo, possible nga pwede may ma-bump off nga passenger because may ara sang hindi makasakay because kulang ang available nga seat. Now, kung mag-amo sina, ano ang ginaobra sang airline gani? Oversell, okay? When an airline takes more reservation than it has seats on an aircraft, meaning nag-overselling sila. Amo nang explanation nga sobra ang ginabaligya mo as compared sa imo pwede ma-supply. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear ha. Next one, passenger or PAX, also PSGR, the abbreviated form of passenger. Pero usually, ang ginagamit gid naton is PAX. PAX gid ang aton niya ginagamit. Okay? Amo na i-permi ang ginagamit naton. Instead of passenger, ang abbreviated form sang passenger is PAX. So, 1 PAX, 2 PAX, 3 PAX, amo na. Next one is the PNR. PNR, ang meaning sang PNR is passenger name record. Okay? So, ang passenger name record, diri tanan amo ni ang panawag sa tanan nga details nga ginhatag ni passenger nga naka-save sa system sang airline. So, okay? So, a PNR contains all of the passengers' information contained in a specific booking like flights, phone numbers, etc. Record locator, a combination of letters, numbers, or both, forming a unique code which identify a passenger's booking. So, every time mag-search ikaw sang flight, dapat May-ara ikaw sang, may-ara ikaw sang ano, may-ara ikaw sang, may-ara ikaw sang relok or ginatawag naton nga record locator. Okay? Okay. Red eye flight. Red eye flight, amo ni ang flight nga an overnight flight that arrives early the following morning. So for example, naghalin ikaw alauna sang kaagahon, abot ka alas 3 ang kaagahon. That's what you called an red eye flight. Okay? Ang one-way nga ticket, ang iyang another definition siri no is a round trip. Round trip, okay? Okay, so round trip is a flight itinerary that involves flying to a single destination and then back. And then the short-haul flight, a short-haul flight is a shorter flight, both in terms of distance and duration. And then, okay, the important stopover. Stopover is the planned stop of at least one night or more than 4 hours domestically and then continuing the next part of a flight itinerary. Meaning, wala nagadирetsyo sa imo nga destination, may-ara ikaw sang ginatawag nga stopover. Okay? So when we say stopover, nagauntat dira. Pwede nga overnight, pwede nga pila lang ka oras. So stopover ang panawag sina. Ang ticket nato, na-discuss naman na natin kagina, ang airline ticket. Okay. Okay. I think that's all, guys. That's all. Amo lang to ang importante. The rest, sa mga travel agents naman ini, so no need na ini. Any questions so far?
None, sir.
May question? Wala.
None, sir. Wala, sir.
None, sir.
Very good. Now, in order for you to review it, in record